So I work for the Union Cycliste Internationale, which is the world governing body for cycling. It was founded in 1900, and in terms of main mission, it develops and oversees cycling in all forms and for all people. So one, as a competitive sport, but also as a healthy leisure activity and a sustainable means of transport, and also as a way to have fun. So that's how we kind of summarize the overall work of the UCI. In case it can be relevant, we also have 201 national federations around the world that we work with. So have our members in 201 different countries. For this, I thought would be most relevant to talk about the UCI Bike City label. So it's a program that we've been running since 2020, or we relaunched in 2016. So the idea with the Bike City label is to reward cities and regions that host UCI events, so World Championships and World Cups, but also have very clear plans and strategies to promote cycling amongst the population. So both as a form of transport, but also as a leisure activity. So the Bike City label is based on a number of criteria. So on the one hand, we have hosting events, but on the other hand, we have criteria which deals with cycling for all. So that means having a long-term strategy, having funding, government support, having plans to increase cycle use, having cycling infrastructures and plans to grow them, having programs for children's education, road safety programs, mass participation events, and finally monitoring and reporting on the work that's done. So right now with the Bike City label, we have 20 cities and regions in 13 different countries on 4 different continents. And the idea with the label is to keep growing it and showing that there's a link between, I'd say, the sport and the transport side. So really showing that cycling is an activity accessible to everyone, and that that a sporting event can also leave a wider legacy when it comes to promoting cycling for all and ensuring that kind of anyone, no matter what age, ability, gender, can benefit from cycling, whether it's for their health, for fun, for transport. So it's really making that link to ensure that we promote all forms of cycling for everyone through our sporting events. Promoting and developing everyday cycling is a core pillar of our strategy. And what we want to ensure is that kind of the competitive and the elite side of cycling helps inspire greater participation. So how can we inspire more people to ride a bike for whatever reason? And how can we get them to use a bicycle as part of their everyday lives? So again, whether it's for health, whether it's for leisure, whether it's for transport, it's making sure that we can make that link. We also know that kind of the bicycle and physical activity has great impact when it comes to mental and physical health. So the more we can do to promote cycling, the more we can have an impact, whether it comes to tackling climate change, air pollution, physical and mental health. And so that's kind of one of the key reasons why it's a key part of our mission, and ensuring that we do much more than just promoting the sport. I have an example of a project that's ongoing, but I find will have a huge impact, which is why I wanted to share it. So it has to do with our 2023 UCI Cycling World Championship. So it's the first time we'll have all disciplines, or almost all disciplines, at one World Championships in 2023. However, the focus of the local organizing committee is very much twofold. So it's promoting cycling as a sport, but also having a huge impact on Glasgow and Scotland as a nation when it comes to promoting what they have now coined as the power of the bike. So the power of the bike is the key, it's a key message they're passing in terms of how we can transform both the city of Glasgow, but also the wider nation when it comes to Scotland with cycling. So there's a very clear strategy, one which is actually linked to the Bike City label. So Glasgow is one of our bike cities, fulfills all the criteria and has very, very clear plans to promote cycling within the city, many different programs. So on the one hand, they're working with the Bike City label to make sure that the legacy of these championships has a much wider impact. And not even the legacy post, but the legacy before. So already, as of now, they've developed a number of programs. They've developed funding programs to increase the number of cycling infrastructures within the country. They're already working on ways to promote social inclusion through cycling. So even though the event is in 2023, the impacts are already being seen, and it's very much supported by the Scottish government, which is a key actor in this. And they were with us during COP26. We had a panel on this where we talked about the power of the bike and how they're using cycling to transform a nation already as of yesterday, when they received the event. And so they keep working on different strategies to look at how they can get a bicycle to every child. How can they promote social inclusion? How can they, promote underrepresented communities? And what types of programs can we develop within Cycling for All to ensure that we bring everyone on board and not just kind of the athletes that are racing or the spectators that are watching? The idea is to have a much wider impact in terms of everyone being able to benefit from the bicycle. So I hope that's okay as an example and one that's ongoing and that we'll keep seeing, up to 2023, and hopefully after the benefits of it will be much wider as well. Sport for All for me is ensuring that anyone, regardless of age, of ability, of gender, of race, of culture, can benefit from sport. So whether it's for health, whether it's to build a community, whether it's to race, it's making sure that kind of any one of us can enjoy the benefits of sport and can share that with others, so that there are no barriers to participation, that there are no limits set, but really ensuring that everyone can take part in sporting activities, whatever the sport may be. From our side being cycling, but also kind of giving access to anyone to practice any sport.